I'm going to walk you through how I got from what you currently have on your screen to this beautiful ball. So I'm going to start with my new file. For those of you who weren't able to set up yesterday. And I'm just going to go to postcard size for this exercise. I'm going to say create. For those of you who weren't able to set up. Now, if you don't want your ball or the position of your ball to be this way, all you have to do is go in, create a new file again if you want to. Go to postcard and then switch the orientation to landscape. Simply, hopefully, by clicking on it. Let's see. Oops, sorry. Art and illustration. There we go. Okay. Just by clicking on that orientation, it changes the composition from vertical to horizontal. Now, we started out yesterday by using just a regular hard brush and choosing a color that we wanted to work with. So I'm going to use orange today, and I'm going to find a regular mid-tone color. Mid-tone means it's like the most vibrant that you can possibly be, okay, in that color range. And I'm going to unlock my background, and I'm going to add a layer above. I'm going to create this ball on a layer above my background color. So I'm going to start by drawing this out, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And I do expect you to use the Wacom. I just don't have one connected to my laptop while I teach. So it's going to be a little bit different. Now, I'm going to go into my color panel, and I'm going to move from dark to light. So I'm going to go down to a shadow. And I'm going to start to fill it in. I'm going to make my brush a little bit smaller. But you want to move from dark to light. Oops, that's my mixer brush. That's not what I want. Brush. From dark to light. And it looks like most of you have gotten this. Another way to think of this is by adding a gradient to the surface. And you can tell I'm not perfect in doing this yet, right? I don't want to be perfect yet, and I don't have to be, because I'm going to adjust this a little bit later. Once I get to that middle of the ball, about the middle of the ball, I'm going to start to work towards my lighter colors, or my lighter tints is what we call lighter shades in art. They are called tints. Because a tint is adding white, and a shade is when you add black to a tone. So I'm working all the way up until the very top. Jink. Now, yesterday I showed you a blender brush. Today I'm going to show you a color mixing brush. And you click on your brush tool. You go down to Mixer Brush Tool. And this is so cool. If you press Option or Alt on your keyboard, it's the same button, just whatever you decide to call it. You can select a color that you want to blend into the next color. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to work with my shadows, and I'm going to start to blend these colors together. I'm going to click on the next layer and blend. I'm going to click on the next layer and blend. And this is going to give me gradual shift from the bottom to the top. And I want to work in my layers just like you're working on like a cake, right? Just to select the color, and then you let go of Alt. Good question. And I'm going to start to blend these colors together. Now I'm going a little bit fast because I want to make sure that you can just see the outcome, and we move on. But take your time. You can adjust this brush size just like you would any other. You can also adjust the mixing capabilities. If you wanted this to be a lighter mix, you would go to mix up at the top and move it down to about 50%, and it will mix a little bit differently, okay? You can also adjust how wet a brush is or how much paint is on the brush and the flow. So I'm going to continue to finish the mixing. Now, does this look like a perfect ball yet? No, right? It does not look perfect by any means. And I'm going to show you how to quickly adjust to make it that perfect sphere. So if you're struggling to get this into the perfect shape, it's actually quite simple. I'm going to go to the elliptical marquee tool. It lives underneath the rectangular marquee tool. So go to the rectangular marquee, click, hold down, and go one tool down. That, again, is the elliptical marquee tool. If I press Shift and then click my mouse and draw out this elliptical marquee, whoops.
They gotta go home.
I know, you have to go. Bye. Save. If you draw it out. You want me to show you later?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show you tomorrow. We'll finish up.